Hello, and welcome back to GamePass Games in 30. Today we are playing Subnautica 2. Now I have played and finished in the past Subnautica 1, and I did start, but I didn't ever finish Below Zero, which is the second game that come out. Um, for people who don't like deep oceans and deep waters and stuff in the seas and stuff, it's probably not the best game for you, because you're basically crash land on a planet that is just water, and obviously there's some shallow areas, but there's also some areas where you literally can't see the bottom or anything in front or behind you that you can get to them sort of points. So they can get pretty scary, and I'm not the biggest fan of it. I don't get. I think I would be scared to do it IRL, but it kind of weirdly doesn't affect me in a game. Um, but yeah, I've got some friends who really love this game. For me, it might get into my top 10 games of like games that I enjoy. It might possibly get in there. But it was a game that I completely forgot even existed until the second one came out, and all my mates were like, it's coming out. So I downloaded it and played it. As you can see, I have played a bit of it. I played about 6 hours. But in the time it took me to get to here, I had mates that I've got a mate who's literally finished the game, who's finished this part, and he had a message saying, you've done everything in the you've done every story part in the preview at least. But yeah, I do enjoy these games. Um, then as I said, they're not in my higher end of games, but they are fun to play. Um, this is also the big draw for the second one, was it is a multiplayer. I think it's 4-player multiplayer, which is, again, these games playing multiplayer are always great. I have played a bit of multiplayer with some friends, and the multiplayer seems to play really well. I probably won't continue these games on like full recording, just because I always find I get incredibly stuck at some points, and I probably will get stuck at this game at some point, because there's always a thing where you have to go and find a specific thing, and it always takes me too long, and I always feel like I did stream this the first game back when it first come, like a long time ago, not when it first come out, but it was a while ago, and I always felt like I was constantly just bumping my head against the wall, which I think frustrates me about this game. But yeah, we're going to start a new game. Even though I've got 6 hours in the game, we're going to start a new game because I wanted to see the intro and stuff, and I don't want, if people have played but they don't want spoilers and they haven't got to where I am, I don't want people spoiled. So we're going to start a fresh game. I don't know if we'll do a full half an hour. We'll see how far we get. But yeah, let us. Let me give me a second. Let me just shrink this screen so yeah, I can see how long we've been on. Okay. Yeah, let's jump in. So you got survival and you have creative. Creative, explore freely, restore no health, hunger, thirst, or exhaustion constraints. So you can basically swim constantly. There's no hunger, thirst, so on and so forth. Or there's survival, which is the place I always would recommend playing. Play single player. So this is selecting our character. They're called pioneers, and the printer is basically how you redo. We're gonna go with triage. Customize it a bit. We're gonna turn it purple. And then yeah,
Body print complete.
it'll be imprinted.
Implant reset to factory settings.
Also, I know this is GamePass games, but you will be seeing like press shift and all this stuff because I'm playing on PC.
Warning. Atmospheric pressure above human maximum. Projected lifespan 13 minutes. Adaptation required.
Do you see? So these are my adaptations, so that you get like so on and so forth. So normally in the other games you would instantly be. Let me just. Okay. Yeah, instantly in other games you would be put straight into the ability to like breathe O2, but in this game you can't breathe O2. We're gonna skip all of this because we don't want I don't want spoilers for people who have or want to play it.
User death imminent. Proceed to adaptation.
So the new thing about this game
Thanks to Altera Pioneer Nanotech, your body can
is
adapt to
these.
the gene donor found.
So you put your hand in these little bubbles, which you find around,
To survive.
right?
Sample.
And then allow you to give you alien traits.
N-oxide synthesis. Pressure tolerance increase.
So this has allowed me to breathe air in this planet, basically.
This orb is now your relative. Scanning for
Right.
necessary adaptation. Please look.
Yeah, this is your inventory, which you can get. It does go bigger. This is all your stuff. This is the I don't think you can have these yet. These are flippers and breathing masks and all this stuff. And you go down here, and now you're just in water,
Gauge activated.
right?
A serious accident has occurred. Your sleep bay has been separated.
So these are like,
You must reach the surface and send a distress call.
so we have to leave on this, but we can't leave on this yet, right? So what we've got to do is we've got to go around and basically allow us to leave, which is by opening these things.
Prepare for launch.
Now we're starting the game.
Life pod. Collision. Clearing main thrusters. Stand by. Thruster function restored. Brace for corrective reorientation. Collision. Obstructions detected. Increasing thrusters. Releasing parachute. Release firing mechanism failure. Brace for impact.
Here we go. So that's the intro to the game, which is different in every game because you're in a different planet in every game. There's different
Does not
aliens. There's different story. I don't think any of them follow on or are previous to any other game. I'm pretty certain they're all completely separate. Like you haven't got a complete 1 to play this. You haven't got a complete below 0 to play 1. Okay. So this is our Pioneer suit. This is our storage box. So we have stuff in our storage box. This is our fabricator, which allows us to make a bunch of shit, as you can see. Alright. And now what I would suggest we need to make is we need to make a multi-service tool and we need to make a scanner. They are two very necessary things. Probably in that order. Right? You'll see it this now. I've now locked them into my top right hand corner of what we need to make.
colony is your best chance of survival. A prolonged search will
These fish here
This
will
organism
allow me to make a bottle of water.
drinkable fresh water.
This is titanium.
Adaptation to the seawater's anomalously high viral load.
Which is what we need for our knife. Take some of them. And this is another bit of titanium. So you'll see at the bottom, it'll tell you how much oxygen you have, how much water you have. So you have to be constantly coming up to get oxygen, air, right? Then going back down. You obviously you'll get an oxygen tube. You'll get a bigger tank, I mean, soon. So now I can do this, right, which will turn them fish into bottles of water, which I need, right? And then we're going to make ourselves the multi-purpose tube, right? Which is step one.
In untrained hands, firearms are primarily used to harm other colonists or the self.
So now we need titanium, which we need 2 of. We need it's not this direction. I'm trying to figure out which way I had to go to get another thing that was very necessary for our early game. The next thing that's on our list is quartz. Now the best place I always find to get quartz is these like shells. If you go inside of these shells, most of them have quartz inside for early game.
Contains dead coral polyps. It may have formed
Right.
on or near a coral dome.
Which means now, right, we need a battery. Now if we go to blueprints, we'll be able to lock in blueprints from here as well. We need a battery, as you can see from this. So we need 2 titanium, 2 quartz, and a battery. And now we should have the access to a basic battery. The basic battery is an acid pouch and 2 copper. Right? And the acid pouch is what we built the knife for. Now all of this, I will be clear, all of these systems that I'm talking about right now, like the acid pouch and all of this, is completely different per game.
The portable locker can be hand carried or attached to a hold
Right.
point.
Like
Friction. Inform your co-workers before moving their stash.
Look, or the as I said, the fish are different, the aliens are different.
Oxygen.
The fact that in the start of this game you can't breathe oxygen is not the same in any other game. You normally can instantly breathe oxygen, right? Same as eating. Like at the start of the game, you can't eat fish, which sounds weird. You have to find a thing to be able to eat fish. Which is basically another one of the things that allowed us to breathe the oxygen in this area. You need to find another one of them to be able to breathe. So this is the acid thing. So we need one of these. We use the knife that we had
Acid can be used to make basic chemical batteries.
to cut one of them like sides off that thing. Right. So now we have one of them. We literally just need 2 copper now. And then we can get probably the tool that...
Poetic Advisor has transmitted an alert.
Cool.
Notice the intrusive and persistent HUD icon. Return to the life pod at your convenience. Remember that you are in command of the mission.
Field notes, under, not, wander. 2 spare tanks. My reprint site is habitat. I'm exhausted today. What if you just...
Also, if you run out of oxygen, your screen will start to go dark. And it gives you that time to get up. If you don't get up before it goes completely dark, you die, and then you respawn at your local area. 2 of them, perfect.
We know the Protea virus infects everything on this planet, and we know the coral crabs wear these domes as hats. Is it possible the virus swapped their genes around? So part of this coral just decided it was a crab? Like if you live next to something on Proteus, you become related to it.
Now we're going to go up and we're going to make the 2 things that we just had. So first, we are going to make ourselves a battery. And then we're going to change that battery into a scanner. Which this thing is basically your best friend. Right? So basically, this is where the exploration part comes into the game. So if you find something you want, so I think down here that's a flashlight, right? You'll look at the flashlight and then you'll scan it, right? And it will tell you that there's 2 parts. So I need a second flashlight, basically, right? Same with these boxes. You scan it, and now I can make portable boxes now. I don't have to find them. I can just physically make portable boxes. Anything that's yellow, as you can see on the little screen, can be scanned or hasn't been scanned yet. Right. I think the next thing on our list of things to do should probably be this, which needs silver, which is probably the biggest pain in the ass thing to find, in my opinion, in this game. Fiber and rubber aren't too bad. So we can make one of these. So I'm pretty certain fiber is from a bit of coral that you need. Which... Oh, this is the welcome center. Oh, actually, we need to make ourselves another battery. So we need more of the acid stuff and more copper. This stuff. I'm pretty certain if you knife this stuff...
This waxy fiber is closer to vinyl or latex than cellulose.
This gives you the... This should give you the ability to make fiber. Which you need to make 2 of, so we'll get some more. Right. And the rubber, I think, is made from... There'll be these plants that have, like, yellow balls on them. We need remember we also need some copper, and we also need one of them with one of them acid things. This is copper. One of them acid things. That's for a battery, and I'll show you why I need that battery. I think what I'll do is I'll try and make this. I think what I'll do for this session, just to give you a quick rundown of how this game works. I will I'll try and make the flippers, right? We'll also make a battery, right? Now the reason I've made a battery is for that building there. These things. I think it's these. I think these are the things that allow you to make rubber. But what I don't know...
Do not hesitate to use alien life forms for survival purposes, but always search for unexpected
What I don't know
complexity.
is I don't know if that's how you make rubber. Yes, you need 2 for 1 rubber, so I need 2 more. So I can make the rubber that I need for the flippers, which will allow me to swim slightly faster. and permanently, because obviously flippers, they don't need batteries, they don't need any power. They're just on your feet. They just become part of your person. Obviously, oxygen tank will increase how much oxygen you have. So instead of having 45, I think it gives you 75. I think it gives you an extra 30, which doesn't feel like a lot, but trust me, you feel the difference when you have it. You definitely feel the difference. So make 2 rubber, and that 2 rubber will be able to make me 1 pair of flippers, which is, you see, will instantly go on. They'll simply diving fins that provide you a small speed boost. So we now can swim a little bit faster. Right? It's this one's not too noticeably different. It's definitely there. I can definitely feel there's a slight difference. But there is these hand glove things that you get later that basically make a huge difference. Huge whamming difference. This here is your habitat builder. So if you find 2 parts of this, you can basically build your own building. This is very necessary for a little bit later.
Oxygen. This case was broken by a survival multi-tool. Sabotage is a serious crime. Samantha Ayu's bombing of Altera Labs delayed critical Quran
Yeah.
research.
I'll show you why I made a battery. So if you ever come here and you're like, I don't understand why or what to do here, which I did when I first come here. I'm not going to lie. I'm not going to sit here and pretend that I knew exactly what I was doing when I first come here. I didn't understand what I had to do. You have to come here and you have to put a battery in it.
Systems online. Power connected.
That opens this, which allows you to speak to this.
By now you know we're not on the Zora. We call this planet Proteus. We don't know when rescue will find us. For the sake of all our sleeping
Right.
friends, we have to learn how to survive.
Which would also allow you to click on this, which will allow you to add an active boost,
Take a sip of seawater.
as well as
Sweet blood taste
a
as
passive
default.
boost.
That's a toxic dose of heavy metals. Nobody survived past 3 months.
Right?
Beautiful place to die over and over again.
But don't let that beauty seduce you, Pioneer. Exposure to Proteus causes a delusion we call Mazefield syndrome. The cold of the sea.
Every 5 seconds you can do a boost. And normally I would use the other one, but I realise the other one is shit.
You remember what Kara
Don't use the other one. Always use the boost.
No, we can't trust alien biology. We've set up a lab here with a few basic biomods. They're safe. But if you start to hear voices, or if you get the urge to swim to the tree, don't go. Habitat is due north. We'll come pick you up. See you soon, Pioneer.
So here's the thing you can do is, if you ever see the thing to the left of at the top, you'll see that there's a compass for north. This is normally, in the first game, I think you have to make a compass. I don't think you start with a compass. You have to find the parts to make a compass. So you're basically
Analytic advisor has
only
transmitted
using your
an
things.
alert. Return to
So
the
these are your things. So survival guide is nothing. Biotests, okay. Mission. Right. So now we've done that and we've spoke to it. Normally what will happen is I don't know if it has happened or if I'm just losing my shit. No, I don't think it has happened. What you'll end up getting sometimes is it'll give you a signal, right? And that signal will show up. And as you can see, that welcome base was on my signals, but now isn't on my signals because I technically have done everything important in the base. Sometimes you'll get a signal that'll be like, here's a life pod, and it will tell you where the life pod is, but the second you've picked up the main stuff, it will just disappear. You can go back on and physically manually turn them on. But yeah, I think this is where we're going to end Subnautica for today. I don't think we're going to continue it. Because if I was going to, I'd want to do the first and the second below zero beforehand. But again, I'm not that fussed on playing them again this soon. But yeah, we'll be back again tomorrow with episode 7 of Fallout. So I'll see you then. Hope you have a great day. Bye bye.